Hey, what's up, HomeBuyer Squad? It's Josh the Finance Guy back with another video. Today, I'm going to be talking directly to home sellers. I'm going to give you guys 4 reasons you should use creative financing so you can first get the most cash for your property and sell your property the quickest. But first, let's get into this intro. All right, so before we get into the 4 reasons you should use creative financing, let's actually understand what creative financing is. So to me, creative financing is, I'm gonna give you guys an example. So let's say this phone, right? Let's say this phone costing me $700, right? And you come to me and you say, hey, that's a nice phone. You want to buy this phone for $200 and that's all you have. But I say I owe $600 on this phone. The number that will work for me is $800. You're like, wait, I don't have $800 to buy that phone. And I say, okay, I understand that. But you can give me $175 a month for a period of 4 years. Since I owe $600 on this phone, you would potentially give me all the money that I need to pay off this phone in like maybe 4 to 6 months. So any money that you give me after that, it's all profit. And I can use that to purchase my next phone. That's what creative financing is. Now that you guys have a gist of what creative financing actually is, let's get into the reasons you should actually use creative financing to sell your property. Reason number 1, to attract more buyers. The main problem nowadays is that buyers do not have enough money to purchase properties. So imagine if you can tell the buyer, hey, give me $20,000 for this property that's $320,000. I'll give you a term at 30 years at whatever interest rate, and you let the buyer know, hey, this is the monthly payment that I want on this property. Can you do it or can you not do it? See, most buyers will take that, or they'll say, hey, this is what I can do. Instead of 20,000, I can do 15, or I can do this instead of that. So imagine if you got a buyer that couldn't get approved through an FHA or a conventional loan in the traditional way because of their income. They just got a new job and it's a potential career that they're pursuing, and let's say the bank denies them. So you can actually change the notion by allowing that buyer to get seller financing and giving them terms that, whatever terms, we're gonna get into the terms later, and you close on that property. Let's say that if you don't use seller financing and you sit on the market for 60 to 90 days, and let's say you finally find that one buyer that gives you that good offer that you really want, and let's say that buyer goes to a bank, and let's say they give you that approval letter, you guys go under contract, 30 days in, on the 30th day, let's say the bank says, hey, we can't close on this property because the buyer just financed a chair and their debt to income ratio was too high. Or let's say that, the buyer, their credit just dropped for some reason, somebody did something or something like that. Now you have to wait either longer to, get a new buyer, or wait longer for the buyer to get approved again and actually wait for the bank to close, and you're paying that mortgage, you're doing this, you're doing that, and it's holding you up from buying your next property or holding you up from moving out of state or moving out of the country, just holding you back from doing anything in life. This is a way that you can use to potentially cut all the time that a potential sale of a property like it would normally go by. So that's the first reason. So the second reason you guys should use creative financing is the closing time. You will have a much faster closing if you use creative financing, because closing on a creative financing deal normally takes maybe a week at most, a week to 2 weeks at most. Even if the buyer wants to get an appraisal or whatever, normally people don't really get appraisals in creative financing deals. So that will cut so much time out. All you need to do is go to a title company, a reputable title company. Definitely hit us up so we can, put you in contact and, with a good title company in your area. The closing time is so much faster than a traditional closing. The second one is closing time. The third reason is the flexibility of terms. You can negotiate anything from the repayment schedule, the interest rate, to the purchase price, to the down payment. Let's say you want to get $2,500 a month, you want $10,000 down, and you want to get it from 30 years to 45 years. It's literally like a long-term leasing agreement where you pay the property off and it's literally all profit. So this is something that's really beneficial, and a lot of people overlook creative financing and they end up settling and taking a lot less money because of lack of knowledge. So the fourth and last reason you should use creative financing is creating a stable stream of income. Doing creative financing is saying, hey, I want to get this certain payment over a course of 30 years or over a course of 45 years. You're setting the terms up yourself and you're negotiating with the buyer. And one of the best things about creative financing is that you are pretty much the lender. So you can actually foreclose on a property if the buyer fails to make a payment. So it's a win-win scenario for you if you do this, because let's say, in the 5th year of the buyer owning the property, you can actually foreclose on a property because they missed a payment. You got $60,000 to $70,000 from the buyer. So those are all the benefits of doing creative financing. If you're a homeowner and you want to do a creative financing deal, or you want to set up a creative financing deal, or you need help doing it, click the link in the description. Let's book a free 15-minute call so we can either buy your property or put you in contact with the right people so we can make it happen. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you can be notified about any future videos or any content that we may have. Oh, and make sure you guys go and watch all the other videos that we have. We have a lot of home tours and things of that nature in the Atlanta area. So yeah, we appreciate you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more.